The NFL draft just ended, and that means it's the beginning of Dynasty rookie draft season. Let's go. You got Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, all his first-round quarterbacks. We got Marvin Harrison Jr. leading the pack at wide receiver. A ton of wide receivers when Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze were also in the top 10 with Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Ricky Pearsall, and Xavier Leggett ending the first round. A lot of other good selections here. So wonder what that's going to mean for these drafts. We're going to get into it, and don't want to miss out on anyone here. We've got at the running back position, Jonathan Brooks goes with the first running back taken in the second round. So that's really good draft capital for running backs. Trey Benson, I like that landing spot as well. We'll keep going through here. Hopefully you guys got a chance to see most of these picks. Just wanted to set a little bit of a foundation for what we'll be basing this draft off of. Round one, I've got Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr. going back-to-back in a tier of their own. Then I've got Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors in the tier, followed by Drake May in his own tier. J.J. McCarthy, who went to Minnesota, I've got him in his own tier as well, followed by Rome Odunze and Brock Bowers in the tier. This is tight end premium, super flex, dynasty, rookie mock draft. And hey, again, appreciate everyone watching. Give me a like and subscribe to this channel if this is helping you guys get ready for your upcoming drafts this week. And then we've got at the 109, Brian Thomas Jr., after that, Michael Penix Jr., followed by Bo Nix. Again, we had those 6 quarterbacks go in the first round, so that's going to be really important for us to just keep stashing these quarterbacks. However, without the rushing mobility that Michael Penix and Bo Nix may lack, you're really going to need them to put up 400-yard passing games to really be able to produce, as well as get multiple touchdowns to be able to be difference makers and keep up with some of the other quarterbacks since they don't have that rushing mobility. But still, like the players, Penix has a little more talent around that situation versus a Bo Nix. That's why I've got him right there. And then Xavier Worthy goes to the Chiefs. I think that's self-explanatory. One of the fastest players we've ever seen. And now he's paired with Patrick Mahomes. And we're jumping into the second round. We've got Jonathan Brooks, first running back taken. And they're building an offense around him. It's really run heavy with the coaching mindset and the linemen that they got in the offseason. So I like the way things are setting up for Jonathan Brooks. And he began cutting this week. So it looks like he's on track for a healthy season coming up. We've got Trey Benson following there, followed by Lab McConkey, Keon Coleman, Xavier Leggett, Ricky Pearsall. So I've got Worthy through Benson in a tier. Brian Thomas through Bo Nix was a tier. Keon Coleman through Ricky Pearsall is a tier I've got here. And then Jalen Polk through Ben Sinnott is a tier. So Jalen Polk, Adonai Mitchell, Ben Sinnott I've got there. I really like those situations they're in. And then Malachi Corley through Blake Corum I have as a tier as well. So you got Corley, Jermaine Burton, Roman Wilson, Marshawn Lloyd, Blake Corum at the 3-2. And then after that, I've got a tier starting with Jatavian Sanders, Troy Franklin, and Theo Johnson, who looks like he'll be the replacement for Darren Waller in New York. Then I've got Jalen McMillan and Luke McCaffrey in their own tier, like both of those players. And then after that, we've got Jalen Wright, Will Shipley, Ray Davis, Isaac Garendo, Javon Baker, Devontae Walker, Bucky Irving, and Audric Estime in the tier. And really, I like Tyrone Tracy's potential to get a starting role with the Giants. We'll see how that all shakes out. But I've got Braylon Allen, Tyrone Tracy, Cade Stover, Eric Gall, Jared Wiley, and Jacob Cowing all in the tier there, with all of them having potential to be starters at some point in the future. And then we've got Spencer Rattler, Rasheen Ali, Kamini Vidal, and Malik Washington, Jordan Travis, Dylan Lobb, Killian Robinson, Ryan Flournoy, Jawar Jordan, all in a big tier there. Going to the 5-6, followed by Tip Ryman, who got third round draft capital, but he's still going to be behind Trey McBride. AJ Barner may be the tight end of the future for the Seahawks, but I really like Noah Fant. Just depends on how long he ends up being there. And then we've got, so those two tight ends are in a tier of their own for me. And then we've got Johnny Wilson, Isaiah Davis, Frank Gore Jr., and Brendan Rice, who are actually in a tier with a lot of guys that were not able to make this list. So really, I'm taking shots on running backs late and some of these tight ends who I think will definitely have a role at some point. So that's how it's shaking out for me. Let me know what you guys think and what you're doing in your drafts, and I hope to see you in the next video.